Last week I asked you if anyone had a MAFEX comic book version Spider-Man. And today, my subscriber Kevin Birtcher delivered. What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. I am your host, Dexter Arafiles, and today we will be unboxing the MAFEX Spider-Man comic book version, and this is number 75 in their action figure series. So, a little bit about this figure. I asked asked you guys in my community, hey, can I borrow someone's Amazing Spider-Man by MAFEX, the comic book version, because we will be eventually comparing this to the clone one, and you guys delivered. Oh man, thank you so much to all my subscribers who wanted to offer this figure for me, but Kevin Birtcher was the first one to offer this to me, so I said, hey, might as well take up on that offer. So he sent it to me, and I'll be sending it back to him. Hence the reason why I have these gloves, is so I can make sure I don't get my my dirty, nerdy hands all over him. So anyway, let's open this guy up and let's see what's going on here. Later on, probably next week, I'll have the clone in and we'll do a comparison. But for now, I've always wanted to open up this figure. A little history on this figure is that he is super hard to come by, especially for a good price. I believe he retails for about $80 or 80 US dollars, and he sold out super fast. Wow, this is crazy fast how fast this one sold out, and I couldn't get him, unfortunately. But for those who want the real deal, I do know that this is getting a re-release this summer, so keep your eyes out on my website, www.dstartoys.com. I will be carrying him later this summer, as well as other retailers will be getting him as well. So I'm taking my time here and making sure that I opening this package very carefully, and let's look at this Spider-Man right here. All I gotta say is, wow, this Spider-Man is absolutely amazing. It looks so cool, and I definitely love the gradients of blue here that goes from like this black blue to a lighter metallic blue, and also to the reds, which is like, look at the shading on the abs here, and then it gets lighter as it goes up. This is just really, really solid. What I love about this shading is that instead of like a flat red and blue, we just have different shades of red and blue, and it just looks so cool. Definitely love this. And it kind of reminds me of, like, I think the Jim Lee or McFarlane Spider-Man back in the 90s. Let me know down in the comments down below which Spider-Man or which artist this kind of reminds you of, which Spider-Man back in the 90s, or maybe even the current ones. So overall, love the paint detail. He looks absolutely amazing. Can't wait to pose this guy and see what's going on. So when it comes to paint and detail, top notch here, looking at 100%. Fantastic. Looking really, really good. All right, so now that we've gone over paint and detail, let's see how tall he's standing when it comes to articulation and scale. Let's see how tall he is. He is standing at about 6 inches, and we have other Spider-Men to compare him to. Now, one of the Spider-Man that everyone seems to be loving nowadays is the Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man action figure by Toy Biz. As you can see, these two they scale really well, with the Toy Biz one being just a hair bit taller. And one of the reasons why everyone loves this figure is because it has so many articulation points, including the fingers, which is something that you rarely see nowadays. Instead, now they just give you a bunch of extra hands. So yeah, I think this one looks better, but this one definitely has more articulation. But if it's all about the looks, but that's not saying that this guy isn't super articulated. So let's move on to other Spider-Man here. We have the SH Figure Art Spider-Man, which I am missing his hand at the moment. Let's see how these two compare. Obviously, this is more of a MCU Spider-Man. He's a little bit shorter. This is the comic book version, so there you have it right there. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I do have his hand here. Let's get that hand on real quick. Okay, once again, let's look at these. So once again, let's look at these two, and that's how they look like together. Obviously, the comic book one is much taller. Let's look at Marvel Legends, and this is the Avengers Endgame Captain America. And it looks like these two scale really well together, as you can see. That's really cool. I really like that. And we have an SH Figure Arts Iron Man. And it looks like these scale really well together as well. Remember, this is more of an adult Peter Parker. So yeah, they should scale really well together. And of course, I've been putting this one in a lot of my videos. We have Thanos, Build-A-Figure. Whew, super tall, super big. Anyway, let's talk about articulation. We do have an up and down here at the toe. We do have an up and down here at the ankle. Do we get a shin swivel? No, we don't, but we do get the double jointed knee. We got the ball joint there at the crotch. We do get awesome ab crunch right there. Let's look at that. And then also the neck goes up and down. That looks really cool. And we have, ooh, look at this. Look at this. This is what I really love. Really good butterfly joints. I always appreciate butterfly joints, especially if they can hug themselves or do the cross-armed look. It's like, hey, I'm so super cool right here. And we have the bicep swivel right there. We got a double jointed elbow, the ball and peg here at the wrist, and 2 at the neck, looking to be well above 20 points of articulation, so you can get all those cool Spider-Man poses, like so, something like this. That looks really solid right there. And yeah, that's really cool. So let's move on to accessories and let's see what's going on here. Now, the number one thing that I just got to say, let's look here, is the magnetic feet. So if you want to stick this guy on your fridge, you could do that. And let's see if I can pull these out real careful. Don't want to ruin Kevin's beautiful Spider-Man figure here. And we're just going to plug that in. We're going to do a quick test here. Ooh, this is extremely tight. Ooh, yikes. That's a little bit too tight. Man, that's really hard to get in there. Oh, man. Yeah, that's really tight. Yeah, I think that's as far as it's going to go. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is as far as it's going to go, as you can see right there. And let's get the other one in. Just shimmy these out nice and easy. And let's shimmy this one in nice and easy. And there you have it. So now we have magnetic feet. Okay, guys, so as you can see up here in the corner that I attached him to my fridge with the magnetic feet. Let's give this one more look on the magnetic feet. We got these earth magnets on the bottom, and these are really cool. They're kind of hard to stick in, but once you get them in, they're not too bad, and they stick decently well on a fridge. Now I had to try 2 fridges. One of my fridges didn't work, so I had the other one in my office seemed to work really well. So I just gotta say they're not very strong, unfortunately, but it's really cool that they're there. Now let's move on to other accessories here. What we have here is the Peter Parker head, and let's look close at this head. Let's look at the paint and detail here. We've got nice shading in the brown hair, and this face looks really cool. This is more of an adult Peter Parker rather than a kid Peter Parker, so if you were expecting more of a teenager, no, this is not. This is more of the adult Peter Parker head. So now that we got that, let's see how it looks when we put this guy in. Shouldn't be too hard to apply. And that's pretty neat. Let's look here. Oh, wow. I really like this. This looks absolutely fabulous. Really like how it looks. The one issue that I'm kind of having right now is that the suit part right here is kind of a little too bright for my taste. It doesn't look like it blends well with the shading in the neck here. But regardless of that, I really like how this looks, and it gives Spider-Man a very authentic look. I mean, it's always awesome to have unmasked faces, and I'm just glad that we have one. So let's look at the other face. Let's see here. As he rolls out, gotta be really careful. Let's zoom out a little bit, and let's look at this other face. Let's try to put in the neck here. Pops right in. And this is kind of like, so if you're wondering what the difference between this one and the original is, this one's more of a squinting eye type Spider-Man face. So let's put this on, let's see how he looks. And that pops on really easily. And let's look right there. Wow, that looks really cool as well. Really love how that looks. Man, this is really, this is just a really cool Spider-Man figure. I really dig this figure. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see what else. We have an assortment of hands, which we will go through at the end of the video. And also we have different types of webs. So let's just see how this looks right now. we're just going to try on 1 or 2, and then we're going to just post everything else at the end of the video. And then I will give my final take on this Spider-Man figure. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm going to say about it. Well, it's just a damn good figure, I got to say. MAFEX really knocked it out of the park with this one. Obviously, I got the wrong web hand on there, but that's how you apply it. And that looks really solid. So I'm going to take all the pictures at the end of this video, as I usually do, and showing off all the rest of the accessories. So let's talk about this figure, and let's come up with a conclusion. Is he worth $150 that he's going for right now? I'm going to say no. No figure is really worth $150 some. I don't care how good it is in the 1/12 scale. It's just really hard to bite the bullet on a figure that's that expensive. Now, is he worth $80? I'd have to say so. I really wanted this figure so bad, and no one seemed to have him in stock, and that just makes me really sad. So in the next video, we're going to look at the clone. We're going to see if that's worth your money. Let's say, now that we have the real one here, thanks to Kevin Birtcher, we can now compare the two, and let's see if the clone is worth the money, or you should just wait for the original. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.